Did you know infantry can hurt you more than the enemy? Let's talk about why spamming infantry can be dangerous for your account. Infantry are tough but slow. They hold ground but take tons of hits. I think this is something that everybody knows in Call of Dragons. Infantry are the front line. They're not cavalry. They cannot escape. Cavalry can move around. They have the biggest march speed. But infantry are actually slow and they're front lines. So there is no escaping for the infantry for getting some hits. They're basically the tanks on the battlefield. Why this is important to be mentioned is just that, yeah, they're strong, they have big armor, they have biggest HP, they're very tanky, a lot of physical resist, boost, also defense, also HP. All these things together is making infantry hard to be killed. Lately in Call of Dragons we're also presented with draining HP, we're also presented with counterattack. All these things make even infantry more aggressive one, and if you're aggressive one you have to sacrifice something, and in majority of the cases this is survivability. Even though I cannot say that the Kuma is that easy to be killed, but still, infantry are tough but slow. Many whales and krakens use too many infantry, and they think they're basically safe. These days in Call of Dragons nobody is safe. I have seen like 500 million player get rally, and especially with these new changes in Call of Dragons where you can get 95% from your dead back at the end of the KVK, just people stop having any kind of fear, especially the whales and krakens don't have any kind of fear to lose some troops, because from the policy they're going to return 20%, from the KVK they're going to return 30%, and obviously with these new bundles you can actually return 45% in extra, which make in total 95%. So from this point people are start even more spamming infantry. I remember last season and this season, the moment we actually strike and we engage with the enemy, I'm running like 4 mage legion and 1 infantry. My infantry personally is with Spirit Bone Torque and is in majority of the cases just an artifact to stop cavalry and stop incoming infantry. But I start seeing people are non-stop spamming infantry, especially when we're getting close to some very important point in the KVK or in the map. And I can even give an example with my WAS fights. It was against Rock. I am from MFD, we fight in the zone 2, but at the end of the day we have decent fights, couple days, but after a specific amount of time obviously the majority of the people actually lose their infantry, and soon their hospital is basically full, and speed ups actually vanish very fast in situation like this, because maybe, yeah, the burning of the resources at one point, maybe for whales and krakens are not going to finish that faster, so maybe they get some extra speed ups to heal, but at the end of the day your hospital is going to be full. So if you're mage main and you get your infantry in the hospital, what you're going to heal? Your mages, where your heroes are way better, and the artifacts and the pets, or you're going to heal your infantry? So especially for wolf spenders and mid spenders, I strongly don't suggest going for spamming infantry. Get 1 infantry legion is just going to be way better, because again you're going to fill your hospital extremely fast. The hardest moment is choosing how many infantry to march. Now I have seen many different, how to say, a strategy for the infantry. Some are using tier 1, some are using tier 2 because it's easy to be healed and way more cheaper with the frost ring. Some are using cavalry with the frost ring. Here we're talking mostly about the front lines. But at the end of the day, I think 1 infantry legion, if you have like 100 people online and each of them bring 1 infantry, it's just going to be enough. Now strongly I disagree with infantry army groups, and I'm going to explain why. because you're getting your infantry stuck at one place. Like this, mages is just going to break your, how to say, break your legs. And you can get stopped with a single infantry. You can basically get stopped of the five legion, and you're going to vanish extremely fast. So I don't suggest for the people to go with the cavalry group, or I mean army group with infantry. But yeah, the hardest moment is going to be to choose which legion to be. And for me personally, this is going to be Goresh Kuma. I have some question, what is better, Goresh Kuma or Skogu Kuma? I think Goresh Kuma is way better. Goresh is giving, oh my god, oh brother. Goresh is giving attack resistance, also attack up. Kuma is draining HP, which increase the survivability by a lot. In the same time is draining the HP from the surrounding legion, which make them way more easy to get killed. So this is my personal pick, and that was actually a hard moment for me. Actually not that hard moment, to be honest, but I think Goresh Kuma is going to be good. Obviously there is other legion like Kuma League 1 or just Goresh Skogo. Right now they're in the gold chest, brother. This is a huge win for Call of Dragons community, so go get them from the gold chest. Very valuable heroes. And the biggest problem arrive with the spamming infantry non-stop is if you overdo it, your healing builds will basically crush you. This is not a joke. Your healing builds is going to crush you, or you're just going to be forced to play with your main troop. If you're well Kraken, obviously you're going to have tons of resources. I have seen some whales and Krakens. It's crazy there, but for WoW and Mid-Spender, this is going to just crush you. Just the build for resource healing. So yeah, I strongly suggest actually going and getting some farms. I think this is not something new in Call of Dragons to get some farms, but believe it or not, at the end of the day is going to be who is going to spend more over the resources. And if you don't play smart and you spend your resources stupidly, I mean just by spamming infantry and healing those infantry, I don't mean spamming one infantry legion, but if you go with 5 legion, well, this is actually an issue and it's just going to drain your resources, and when you think you may not have resources for your main troop. So I strongly suggest balance your infantry with your main march or other troops that you're using. Now cavalry, using one infantry with the cavalry march, the majority of the cases this is going to be Skogo with the feather artifact just to catch with the march speed, since infantry I think are on second place by the march speed in the Call of Dragons, but the base march speed of the cavalry is pretty decent. So you know you need the Talentry, you actually need also the artifact. So this is a good balance for cavalry 1 infantry. I'm running 4 mages and 1 infantry. Also I see some balance, and the way I'm playing is I select all of my legions, the 4 mage legion, and I don't select the infantry one. Only when the time comes and I have to stop something or just send my infantry as a wall against the enemy because our infantry are down, this is the moment I play with my infantry. But they're majority of the cases they're sitting in the mage bow, waiting either for the blink play or just to stop something in the front lines. And just by playing smart with your resources, or just by playing the balanced way with your legions, this is going to let you stay on the battlefield for longer and save you tons of resources like this. Now obviously there is a big push from the alliances to bring more infantry on the battlefield. I totally understand that. I mean the last 1 year this is the main thing that the alliances are spamming and required. For example, 100k to be trained in the brink of war, or having 300k infantry that are WoW tier and stuff like this. Everything's around the infantry, so you have to be extremely careful there, because everybody knows that actually the infantry is winning the wars. It's not mages, it's not the marksmen, it's not the cavalry, it's actually infantry. even though right now is getting, not right now, this is something that is popular for the last like couple months, and this is the cavalry groups, big cavalry groups. And this is absolutely nothing, it's absolutely not nothing, it's absolutely normal, because one alliance present very decent gameplay with specific strategy, and the rest of the alliances are start implementing this strategy. We're talking about the behemoth staff play, we're talking about the cavalry, brutal many cavalry marches and killing and etc. So yeah, and the main value you're going to get from this video is going to be that now you can control the fight better without actually panicking for the healing. And I'm also guilty that from time to time I actually panic about the healing, since I'm not so sure, am I going to have enough healing to continue fighting? Or, for example, I have like 2 hours left. After 2 hours, I have to do something, and I have free 2 hours, but at the same time, my hospital is full. I have to spend some resources, and believe it or not, people become extremely careful when they're out of troops. At the beginning, everybody's like jumping with the horns, but after they fill their hospital, you're going to start seeing very smart gameplay. The majority of the cases, this is in the day two. In the day two, you're going to see that is way more harder to get merits. People are way more defensive, and etc. But you don't need to actually, how to say it, you don't need to go at this point to actually start playing smart. If you're playing smart at the beginning, you're going to have advantage at the day 2, day 3, day 4. Also, you're going to save your resources. In my cases, I really care about the resources right now for me, because the greatest heights are coming and I'm looking to get the mage skin. So I'm not quite sure how much resources I'm going to need to push this 20 million power, but yeah, I'm going to do my best. So I'm careful with the resources. The moment this city skin go out, finish, and I get my city skin, I'm going to be one idea more generous with the resource healing. But right now I'm like, I'm not so sure, But yeah, even when I get the skin, it's going to be, I'm still going to be extremely careful with the resources, because as I mentioned in this video, the wars are winning at one point. Who is going to spend more resources, who is having more resources, especially when both sides are very close to power. And if you mix your army, this is not something that I suggest that much, but uh, you have to go out with your mixed army, and you have to mix your army smart. Because if you go only with mages, you're not supporting with infantry. If you go only with infantry, this is going to hurt your resources by a lot, because the infantry is going very fast in the hospital. I mean, they're the troop that you're going to hit on the battlefield, the majority of the cases. So you have to bring some balance in your gameplay, and this is going to be, in my case, 4 mages, 1 infantry. Let me know in the comments, by the way, what you're going to actually use. Are you going to use 2 mages, like mages, marksman, cavalry? What kind of combination or combo or formation you're going to use, and are you going to bring some infantry in general? So the takeaway of this video is, don't over spam infantry. Just don't do it. Even if you are like 180 millions, it's just going to fill your hospital very, very fast. And yeah, at the end of the day, become more balanced commander. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit one like to support my video with a little. Also subscribe if you're new here. I wish you a great day, many fights this season, the KVK you're having, and I wish you, yeah, great week, and see you in the next video.